Flipping a car in today's fluctuating economy can be a risky move. That is, unless you know what to look for. Famous investor Warren Buffett once said, "Price is what you pay, value is what you get." Today, I'm gonna be finding a car on Facebook Marketplace to flip to see if I can double my money in less than 10 days. I just stopped by the bank and picked up $1,500 because I found a car on Facebook Marketplace that we are going to try to do as a quick flip project on the channel. When looking for a car to flip, I have a couple of criteria that I definitely follow. One is that I look for 90s Hondas because I know them inside and out. Next, I look for a car with a valuable engine swap. Then the car has to have a clean interior or a clean exterior, one or the other. You're not gonna find a solid deal on an absolutely mint car. Also, it helps if it has some kind of issue that is easily fixable. And lastly, and potentially the most important thing on this entire list, is listing quality. The quality of the actual Facebook Marketplace listing, because if the listing is not good, it's going to scare away buyers. Those types of listings are the ones that I look for.
I did put all the straps right there, so that's fun.
All right, dude. Did I tell you what we're getting?
The EK?
Yeah, EK hatch. Yeah. They don't know yet. They know it's a Honda, but they don't know what it is. Did I send you the link?
No, you didn't send me the link.
You found it though?
Found it, yeah.
The gray one?
Gray one.
Oh, dude.
All right.
So, what the heck is this thing? This is a GSR swapped EK hatch that I bought for $1,500. GSR engine, GSR trans. It's going to Pro Street intake manifold, passport mounts, AEM fuel rails, radium fuel damper thing over there. Don't really know what's up with that. Some kind of like no-name intake and an interesting header. Kind of looks like the Toyota header. After only like 20 minutes of scrolling Facebook Marketplace, I found a listing that fit this criteria perfectly. He had it listed for about $2,200 and he seemed like he really wanted it gone. I just shot my shot. I said, hey, I got $1,500 right now for it. I'll come pick it up today. If you want it gone, I got you. He pretty much immediately replied and said, okay, $1,500, you got yourself a deal. The seller's name is Daniel. While at Daniel's house, I asked him if I could do a compression test on the car to make sure the engine was healthy and making good compression. That I did, and all compression was solid. It was between 185 and 190 PSI on all 4 cylinders. That is perfect. And lastly, the engine just didn't have spark plugs in it, so I brought some spark plugs with me to just throw in and see if it would start. Sure enough, it fired right up, so we drove it straight onto the trailer, brought it back to the boost bunker, and then took it out for its first test drive to see if we could make a list of all the things that we thought was wrong with it. Idling at 2,500 RPM. Check engine light is on. Who knows what for? Check engine light's on. It was on before too, yeah. Oh, it's in lit mode.
Lit mode.
Dude, the brakes don't work.
Oh, we gonna die.
Like at all.
We gonna die today. We gonna die today.
Straight up, dude. Well, I didn't hear any rod knock. High idle, limp mode, brakes don't work. Well, that was fun. We didn't die. First thing I decided to do was to take out the ECU that was in the car and figure out what is going on inside of it. What if it's Honda, dude? If this thing has Honda, that would be sick. All right, let's see what's in this. Probably chipped or something. It's chipped, I knew it. I knew it was gonna be chipped. That sucks, cause F that. That's all I gotta say. And I just had an idea. Having a little bit more control over the ECU is gonna help me get this high idle sorted out quickly. This is a P06 with Honda S300 V1. Idle is slowly creeping up. Now at 2,500. I had the idea that maybe the idle air control valve was stuck open, so I simply unplugged it. It looks like it runs perfectly with the idle air control valve disconnected. So it could just be a bad idle air control valve. So I guess I'll try changing that out. I ended up stealing an idle air control valve that I had lying around from another intake manifold. This completely fixed the high idle issue, which is such a win because that's like the most obvious and annoying issue here, aside from the check engine lights. But now that's fixed, so let's take it out for another test drive. I think the TPS is gonna be out of whack right now, big time. It doesn't want to accelerate past 2,000 RPM. And I'm kind of hearing grinding. It kind of seems like the brakes are doing something weird up front. Oh yeah, it like will not accelerate over 2,000 RPM. If I really floor it, it goes. Brakes kinda work. Doesn't sound too good up there though. Time to dig into the brakes to see exactly what's making that noise up front. The pads have meat. The pads have plenty of meat. Yeah, I can push them with my fingers. So, if the calipers are fine, and the rotor is fine, and the pads are fine, then that just tells me that the brakes need to be bled. It's fine, because my friend Nick, shout out Nick, is coming over here to help us out right now. Pump. Hold. Alright, we'll toss the wheels on and then we'll take her out for a little drive. Yeah, I mean, brakes seem to be working fine. They were pretty effed before. Oh, that's a wheel bearing. That sucks. It's got a bad wheel bearing on the driver's front. That's what that is. I was trying to figure that out.
How do you know?
I just know. Yeah, I kind of want to launch it. Dude, I wonder if I get a fat burnout. I'm not going to, but... Wheel hop.
Yep.
That'll happen. Okay, we're making good progress towards getting this car sold. The brakes are working better. The idle is settled, and the TPS just randomly started working better on its own. This is gonna bite me in the butt later in the video. The next step is to improve this car's curb appeal. Yes, just like a house, a car listing needs to look good. And the best way to do that is, yes, the car is rusty, but we can make every other area of the car look as nice as possible in person, so that way it looks really good in the listing photos.
I just wanna have fun, clap my hands, turn around now and dance.
I threw on some wheels that came off my old H2B swapped EK hatch because the black looks so much better than the rusty steelies. Next, it was time to transform the engine bay.
Turn around now and dance, dance, dance. I just wanna pop, pop, turn around, dance, dance. I just wanna pop, pop.
About halfway through that side of the bay, here's the before. You can see it's really, really gross. And here's the after. This is gonna look so much better when I'm done, oh my goodness.
I just wanna have fun, turn around now, turn around now. I just wanna have fun, turn around now, turn around now. I just wanna turn around, dance, dance, dance. I just wanna
Now that the bay is nice and clean, let's move on to making this crusty old valve cover look a little bit more proper in this VTEC engine bay.
I just wanna pop, pop, turn around, dance, dance. I just wanna pop, pop, turn around, dance, dance. I just wanna
Valve cover is drying up pretty nice. And I figured out what the grinding noise was on this car when driving. Yeah, I kind of assumed that this was gonna be the case, but this wheel bearing is for sure shot. You can hear it. Yeah. The wheel bearing would normally be a big problem, but I have a quick solution. I had an extra knuckle lying around from my old H2B swapped EK hatchback that I had last year. So I just removed this entire knuckle and just threw in a whole new knuckle from my old EK. Quick, cheap, and easy solution. Love it. With the wheel bearing fixed and out of the way, it's time to scratch the paint off of the valve cover to expose the VTEC letters. I love this look. Big moment right here. Oh yeah. It ain't a VTEC Honda engine without the VTEC spark plug cover. Not bad, man. For what it was to this, pretty happy with that. Let's go ahead and take it around the block and see how it does. It should run and drive really nicely, but let's check it out anyway to make sure that whoever buys this car is getting a nice, clean, running and driving, no problems, 96 EK hatch. So far, so good. Any grinding, which is nice. Car seems to be rolling well. No oil pressure lights, nothing weird. I'm gonna set you guys down for a sec. Yeah, pulls hard. Brakes feel good, trans feels good, clutch feels good. No check engine lights. Made it back to the boost bunker, no check engine lights. Nothing weird so far. have now come to what I think is the most important part of selling a car in Facebook Marketplace, and that is the listing. If your listing looks like crap, you are going to attract crap buyers. So if you're really trying to sell a car and get as much money as possible for it, you need to spend some serious time on your listing and make it great. The photos are arguably the most important part, followed by the description. The photos need to showcase the absolute best parts of the car while also including the worst parts of the car. So you'll notice from my photos, we lead off with a nice photo of the entire car, hood open. You can see the GSR swap. That right there is eye-catching. That's making someone think, okay, car's a little bit clapped, but dude, that engine swap, I want that. Next, we show up a close-up of the engine bay. We show the interior and how mint it is. Then we kind of circle around the car, show the bad areas. And then we follow up with one last goodie at the end of the photos that shows the adjustable cam gears. And that's kind of like a bonus that they wouldn't have known about the car had they just seen the engine bay, because the valve cover and timing cover cover those. So I threw in a little bonus at the end there that's like really good photos. Oh no, the car's a little bit crusty. Oh dude, but it has adjustable cam gears, that's cool. In the description, I just personally stick to listing the good and the bad. And so as you can see, I just put in there everything that is good about the car. I put everything that I know is bad about the car, and then I select my price. Price is key. Every single human being on Facebook Marketplace wants a deal. The only way to feel like you got a deal is to pay less than whatever the person listed it for. So when you are creating your listing, figure out how much you want for the car and then just list it like $1,000 higher than that. Because someone's gonna come around, see your price, they're gonna lowball you, it's gonna be exactly what you want, you're gonna shake hands, you're gonna be happy because you made the sale. And lastly, once your listing is posted, respond to messages as quickly as you possibly can and be as polite as possible. If you walked into the grocery store and you asked someone a question about where's the cereal, and they just got mad at you or call you an idiot because you know where the cereal is, I probably wouldn't go back to that grocery store again. So same applies with selling stuff on Marketplace. You have to be as cordial as possible in the chat with buyers. If you follow these steps, your inbox will be flooded just like mine was when I was trying to sell this 96 Honda Civic with a GSR swap. Well guys, just got her sold and I can't wait to show you guys the breakdown of the cost to profit. I think you're gonna be very excited. Did I get it sold in 10 days and did I double my money? Unfortunately, I missed my sale goal by 1 day. For the cost breakdown, I paid $1,500 for the car, flat. The title fees were $385 total just to get the title transferred into my name in the state of Illinois. Yes. Thank you, state of Illinois, you suck. I changed the oil on it a couple days before sale. That was 40 bucks. Other materials such as paint and sandpaper and just whatever else I used during this process was about $45. And the valve cover gasket and grommets were about 35 bucks. The other parts I installed were things that I couldn't have really even sold on their own anyway. They just weren't worth anything. So I'm not counting the cost of any of the parts that I already owned that I put on it. That comes out to a total cost in this entire project of $2,005. Having listed the car for $4,800, I sold it for $4,500, netting me a total of $2,495 profit. Did I double my money? Yes. I basically tripled my money. Daniel, who sold it to me, was very nice. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. And Scott, the buyer, it was very nice to meet you. I hope that you have nothing but good experiences with the car if you're watching the video. And I hope that you and your son have a lot of fun working on it. If you guys end up doing the body work, please send me photos. I'll leave my email in the description down below. I would love to see how this car turns out. So guys, there you have it. Bought and sold a 1996 Honda Civic EK hatchback with a GSR swap in it, all within 11 days and tripled my money. But I had a lot of fun doing it, learned a lot like I said. Please check out the merch in the description down below. I appreciate you guys. I'm Booster John. We deserve nothing, earn everything.